Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have Eva Lys versus Victorio Mboko for round 2 of Roland Garros. We're going to be getting into the preview and of course giving our prediction as well for the matchup. Before we do get into it though, remember to hit that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and do leave a rating or review if you're listening on a podcast platform. So we have 18-year-old and 156th in the world currently, Victorio Mboko from Canada, facing off against German 23-year-old and 59th ranked Eva Lys. Both these players have just won their first main draw matches at Roland Garros. Really interesting to see. For Mboko, it's her first main draw match at any slam, which is even more impressive. And of course, she's still so young. She's had a very good 2025 season so far. Lots of titles won on the ITF Tour, and of course a notable performance as well in Miami, where she pushed Paula Badosa to a third set tiebreaker. On top of that, she also won WTA 250k made the final there, losing to Maya Sharif, and beat some good players en route: Teichmann, Parizas Diaz, Wang, Jinyu and Begu, so some great wins there. For Eva Lys, she has had a very good year herself. A fourth round berth at the Australian Open after being a lucky loser. Some great performances there, and now she's looking to yet again make a run after upsetting 28th seed Peyton Stearns in the first round, winning 6-love, 6-3. An absolutely dominant display, which was very, very interesting to see. For Victorio Mboko, she beat Lulu Sun 6-1, 7-6. Both these players are going to go into this with a lot of confidence. I'm sure it's going to be a clash of great styles. Mboko is quite a powerful player, pretty big serve, very solid two-hander as well. Sometimes you'll see her almost hit a two-hander, almost around her forehand to hit that two-hander. She's got good use of drop shots as well, which is always really important and a great tool to have on the clay. For Eva Lys, clay is her home. It's her home. She's used to playing on the clay. She's from Germany, of course, Hamburg, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And it's her preferred surface. She has a pretty aggressive baseline style, and she's got great mental resilience. I think that's been one of the biggest highlights for her this year, is being able to really fight in a lot of matches. And she's got some good attributes about her, especially her returning, I think, is a big plus. I think in a serve return dynamic, the biggest thing for me is how will Lys return Mboko's serve, and vice versa. I don't think Mboko's return is as good as Eva Lys's, but Eva Lys's serve is also not as good as Victoria's. So it should be a relatively balanced, I would say, dynamic between both players on serve and return. So it could come down to the baseline exchanges, where I think, look, I mean, both players have demonstrated competence on clay courts, I think, recently, and that's good to see. What I will say is that, of course, Lys has more experience, not just on this surface, but generally. But it could just be offset by the fact that Mboko is young. She's going to be fearless. She's going to get into the match, and she has nothing to lose, really. Mboko's aggressive play and probably her more varied game will put her in good stead, I think, for this matchup. But Eva Lys's baseline consistency is also a big plus. Her shot tolerance on clay is a big plus, also returning. And also the ability to absorb and I think redirect pace really well. We saw that in the first round against Peyton Stearns. She's able to change direction really nicely, not just on the forehand wing, but the backhand wing as well. A lot of backhands down the line struck beautifully from Eva Lys. So, my prediction. It's a tough one. I think it'll be 3 sets. I think Eva Lys is going to get the win in 3 sets. I just think the win over Peyton Stearns was so dominant. Peyton Stearns had picked up some great wins over a number of players in Rome. To then beat her the way that Lys did, I think it's a much better win than the Mboko win over Lulu Sun. In saying that, of course, Mboko is young and she's going to be really hungry. She's come through qualifiers, Strauss, Von Dijkman, Huvan, now Lulu Sun in the first round. So she's got a lot of matches under her belt. She will be peaking at this stage. I'm still going to pick Eva Lys, I think in 3 sets. I just think she's going to edge it. But the 18-year-old from Canada could easily win. Because I just think it's almost a 50-50. Let me know in the comment section below who you think is going to win and why. Thanks very much, guys. Stay safe and well, and we'll see you in the next video.